Hello.
Oh man, it's Mike and Jay from the Detroit cast. Steve Schirripa, is that you?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Thanks for taking the time.
How are you? Well, what's happening? What goes on for 30 fucking minutes? What are we doing?
I text.
30 minutes? What are you out of your mind?
No, we'll have people in here
I don't
for
talk to my wife for 30 minutes. I'm going
nobody
to
talks
talk
to
to
their
you
wife for
two.
nobody talks to their wife for 30 minutes, Steve.
What's happening?
No, we're doing good. Now, what Steve is referencing is I texted him before we started and said, how you doing for time? Sometimes we go 20, 30 minutes. Well, people for an hour and a half, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well,
If they're
all
good.
right. All right. Well, I'm not good, so
No.
let's do 15 minutes.
All right,
Talk
fine.
to me, boys. What's happening?
No, we're excited, man. I got a call the other day and said you guys are coming to town. The Sopranos. It's the 20th anniversary of the Sopranos.
Can't believe it.
And comedy and conversations with the Sopranos, May 3rd, which is this Friday, at the Andiamo Celebrity Showroom, 8 o'clock in Warren. 586-268-3200 for tickets. And celebrating 20 years as the Sopranos, Michael Imperioli will be there, Vincent Pastore, and you, of course. You got some comedians. Sounds like a wonderful evening out and Q&A with the audience, I'm assuming.
Yeah. What it is, hold on, because I'm in a car here. So,
It's all right.
what it it's a show. We got two great comics. Okay, we got Joey Cola, great New York comic. Does a lot of great material. Rob McNaughty, he does impressions, and then we show some clips from the show. Then there's a question and answer, and then we take questions from the audience. We give you a little peek behind the curtain of The Sopranos and what went on for for all them years and
Yeah.
shooting the show. And Michael was a writer; he wrote 5 episodes. And Vinny Pastore, all the questions you want to know. Then we take questions from the audience, and then we do a meet and greet after the show. So it's a great night. We've been traveling the country with it. We're
All over
going
the
to
world.
Australia. We're going to Australia at the end of the month, and Atlantic City, and Foxwoods, and we did it last year at Detroit at Andiamo, and it was great. We've done it a few times there. We did it with Tony Sirico last year.
Nice.
This year we have Vinny Pastore. It's a great night out. It really is a lot of fun, and if you're a Soprano fan, any questions you ever thought of, there's your chance to ask one of us.
Are there questions you're getting sick of answering? Like, oh, God, this dumb question again?
Say that again?
I said, are there questions you're getting tired of being asked? Like, oh, man,
Listen, not really, because, sometimes there's new ones. I mean, well, what's the question? Everybody has an opinion. What happened at the end?
Yeah, the end. Yeah.
The ending, what happened? What's your opinion? Did he die? Did he not die? So, people have their own questions. Sometimes there's some great ones that makes us think, and then sometimes there's whatever, whatever people want to know is not silly.
Yeah,
it is.
I guess. So since you brought up the ending, what is your opinion on the ending of the series?
My opinion is Tony Soprano is alive and well and living in New Jersey.
Whoa.
He's with his family, and nothing happened.
Yeah. So when you guys
you saw is what you saw.
Yeah, I know, but it seems like it's really hard to do a series finale, especially for a mega show like The Sopranos. I mean, a lot of people regard it as one of the greatest, if not the greatest shows ever. When you guys are shooting an episode like that, are you going, shit, man, this is gonna confuse people, or do you just go, I love it, it's brilliant?
I didn't know. One, I wasn't in the episode, but I had read it. I read it, but when I saw it, it was two different things. I didn't expect it to be like that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I didn't expect it to abruptly turn off that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When you're shooting something, you don't know. I mean, you're sure when you do a scene, you go, "Well, this is working. This is good." Sometimes you shoot a scene and it's. You go, man, this ain't working at all. It's crappy, but by the time they edit it, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
The Sopranos, the writing was so good. Very rare did you say, "Oh, this looks like crap."
Sure.
Not only very rare. I don't ever remember ever saying that. So it's not like some shows where you read something, you go, "Oh, how the hell am I supposed to make this sound for real?"
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, it's a rare show, movie, piece of pop culture, whatever, that 20 years later you can demand people to show up and have a Q&A about it and so forth. What in your mind made The Sopranos so successful? Was it the writing mainly?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely the writing. I mean, it was brilliant writing. It wasn't so much about the mob. It was about a guy and his family more than anything.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that. Oh, we got to kill people. We need beatings. We need killings. I remember people in the old days, chat rooms and all that. There should be a beating every week or a killing. I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
the show was so much deeper than that, and I think it struck a nerve with people because before that, basically every mob movie, you just saw them being mobsters.
Yeah.
This was one show where you saw the way deeper, their parents, their girlfriends, their wives. It went way deeper than just mob activities, shall we say? And I think that's what struck a chord. I think some people could identify with Tony Soprano, even though he was a murderer,
Yeah.
and even though he was an anti-hero, but somehow you're rooting for this guy to do okay, and he's done all these horrible things, but you're still rooting for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's when we think of like historically mobster movies and stuff, this one had so much more feeling and heart. And I mean, who thinks you would have a mob boss going to a therapist as like the plot line throughout this? I mean, it's just that's why it works.
Yeah, no, the show was brilliant, and David Chase and the details. He really cared about every little thing had a purpose, even if it was I want this kind of candy in the candy dish. I want you to be eating this. They're eating. We're not just they calls for baked ziti. No. We got spaghetti here. No, it's got to be baked ziti. The littlest things that mean nothing, or so you think, meant a lot. He was a perfectionist when it came to that, and all this stuff. All these things is why the show. 20 years later, the show's off the air 12 years. We're still talking about it. Not a day goes by where someone doesn't ask a question.
Yeah.
New generation of people, of kids that were too young then, that are in college, that are in their early 20s, they're watching it. So it'll go on and on. Who knows? I mean, the way we watch, these old shows, Superman and Gilligan's Island and The Honeymooners and these shows that have been on forever, maybe 50 years from now, they'll be watching it, I don't know.
And now there's the prequel that's just getting filmed.
Yeah, there's a prequel. They're shooting. I don't know much about it. I know Jim's son is playing young Tony Soprano. I'm sure he'll be great. He's a nice kid, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job. I don't really know much about it. It takes place in the 60s is all I know, in the Newark riots. So that's all I know about that.
Yeah, the Many Saints of Newark, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
Steve, when you're on a show like this and it goes global, it turns into the biggest show on TV. What does that do to your world when one day you're walking on the street, you're a working actor, things are going well, you've done a lot of stuff, and then boom, The Sopranos explodes like it did?
Well, I mean, I was older, so it didn't affect me. I was like 40 when I got on the show, so it wasn't like I was a 22-year-old kid that suddenly had money and. You know what I mean? I could see where a young kid could get caught up in that. Sure. I was married. I had 2 kids. For me personally, it was at first embarrassing when you have friends asking you for autograph picture.
Yeah.
A guy I know all my life is saying, "Could you get me an autograph picture?" I said, "Really?" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was a little.
Yeah.
My mother asked me for an autograph picture. I mean, so that's a little strange.
Not for her, I hope.
What's that?
I said not for her, I hope. I hope it was for a
She
friend.
probably sold it. What do I know?
Yeah, can you sign this one to eBay?
Yeah, she picked up a few bucks.
Yeah.
I don't, so for me, I didn't go crazy. I mean, we had a great time. It was like playing for the Yankees. We're here in New York. We're hanging out. We're going out together, 6, 7, 8 of us. We're bouncing around at night. People are picking up your checks and people want you in their restaurants and blah, 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 blah. I never got caught up in that so much because I don't really believe it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're my favorite character. Then they see Paulie Walnuts. You're my favorite character. Hey, you're my favorite character. Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It still is because it's still going. A lot of opportunities. People get to go to ball games and Knicks games and Yankee games. And
Is that
all of that stuff. Throw out the first pitch and things
yeah.
that you only dreamed of. You go, wow. I think I did with TNA wrestling. I wrestled. I was in the ring with these guys, and
I know.
I said, well, I wasn't going to do it, and then I said, I mean, how many chances of this you going to get? So I went down to
Yeah.
Universal in Florida, and I wrestled. I forget what the guys. It's on YouTube. It was a lot of fun. So there's stuff like that you got to do, and you go, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm never going to do this again.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because as I was prepping for you and looking through your career, it looks like you don't want to be typecast. You don't want to be a Goomba, which, hey, it's just a mafia guy, hitman, bad guy. And guys like you get typecast like that. And so I'm looking at you, you're doing Lamisil commercials. You're the lemon, you voice the lemon in McDonald's ads and wrestling and writing books and doing kids shows. I'm assuming that was a decision that you consciously made.
Oh, absolutely. It
Yeah.
still is. I'm on Blue Bloods. I've been on
Yep.
Blue Bloods. Going into my 5th season. No, that was a conscious effort to get out of that box, and some of the guys unfortunately haven't been able to.
Yeah.
They want you to play the mob guy over and over and over. And not that I wouldn't again.
Sure.
Listen, I'm not going to play an English professor. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Yeah,
But,
right.
I don't, there's blue collar guys, teachers and lawyers and detectives and doctors. There's all kinds of, because you're a fat Italian American doesn't need you have to be a mobster all the time. And I tried very hard to get out of that. Plus, I don't think many people could do it better than the Sopranos did.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what do you see these mob movies? Yeah, I'll break your head. I'll break your head. No, I'll
Right.
break your head.
Yeah, we definitely
it's garbage.
We've hit a lull, man, in good mob movies. From The Godfather through The Sopranos, it was so solid, and then it just seems like
Yeah, well,
hit a
you
lull.
had good, you had good fellas, and I think you got the
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Irishman coming out. This Irishman movie might be okay. It's
Okay.
a huge movie, Scorsese with Pacino and De Niro, who's an asswipe, but that's another story.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's go back to De
Put the
Niro.
brakes
He is a
Al
fucking dickhead.
Pacino, and it's got Harvey Keitel, and it's got a bunch of really good actors.
Is
so
Brad Pitt in that
I
one
think
too?
that might be something.
Is
What's that?
Is Pitt in that one too, Brad?
No.
He's not. I thought he and Leo both took a huge
No,
pay cut
that's
to do it.
that's the Charles Manson movie you're thinking about.
Oh, okay.
With Tarantino.
Yeah.
No,
So, that might be something. I don't know.
I hope
I mean, I
so.
shot one in Detroit. I shot Kill the Irishman, where Detroit doubled for Cleveland. I shot that in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good one, Kill the Irishman. That was okay. A lot of good guys in there. But I really, I prefer not to do that if I don't have to,
Sure.
Overall, I think the mob thing is just taking a backseat because of all the terrorism going on. You know what I mean? And it warmed my heart a few weeks ago when a Gambino crime boss got hit outside his house. It was like, yes,
Yeah.
you're reminded.
Yeah, but
that
that
this shit really goes on.
I think that was just that was a disgruntled kid. I don't think that was a mob thing.
Oh, that wasn't the real deal.
Unfortunately,
You're
I'm sorry
breaking
to
our
burst
hearts,
your
man.
bubble.
Oh my
Sorry to
God.
burst you guys' bubble.
Hey, I want to know when you're on the set of The Sopranos, do you guys have like real life bad dudes, mafia guys, even if they're just there helping
Never
make it
on the set.
authentic? Never on the set.
No.
So I mean that comes off as so authentic.
People have come up to us and approached us and try to give you pointers, but no, never on the set. That had nothing to do with the show. Had nothing to do with any of those guys. No.
Yeah. Now you mentioned De Niro a minute ago. I imagine growing up, Joe Pesci, De Niro. I think it was Pesci that got you first.
Casino, right?
Casino got you the acting bug, wasn't it?
Oh, well, no. I mean, I was in that. I was in a scene with the two of them. Yeah, Pesci is a really nice guy. I enjoy his company. I had a very quick scene in Casino. That was
The Penn stab.
not
Yeah,
the first
Penn
thing I did, but like one of the first movies I've done. Yeah, I got my SAG card from there.
And De Niro. I get the feeling you're not a huge fan of De Niro.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Now, that's not political, is it? Is that?
No, I don't give a crap about that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Good for you.
That's nothing to do with nothing. But let's move on. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I think it's warranted. Nobody has the balls to fucking say it, and we all feel
Well,
like
they're all afraid. They think he really is a mob guy. People believe the movies. I mean, he's just a schmuck from Greenwich Village, and he did good work early on, and
Sure
now he
did.
just grabs the money. There's
Yeah.
not enough money in the world for him, so whatever,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Taxi Driver is
It
brilliant.
has nothing to
Goodfellas.
do. It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
politics. No.
I got you. Now, if I was on set, and we'll wrap up here soon. I know we only got 15 minutes, so I want to talk for
Yeah,
an
no,
hour.
I don't have an hour and a half to give you guys out of my life.
But when it must have been an incredible dream. I mean, you probably couldn't even dream this far ahead, but to work with people like Edie Falco, Lorraine Bracco, and Jamie Lynn Sigler, Stephen Van Zandt, all the guys we've already talked about, the late, great James Gandolfini. How much, I mean, I stupid question, but how much do you miss that dude?
Oh, he's a good friend. Good friend, a lot of laughs, good guy, generous guy.
Yeah.
We were close friends. We had a lot of good times, and it was very, very, very sad.
Yeah.
And
that was a loss for all of us, man.
that was a tough one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very tough.
I would have run around all set all day long, just begging Steve Van Zandt just to play guitar and asking him for Springsteen tickets.
The thing is, Stevie doesn't play the guitar. He doesn't like do that. I asked him once. I said, so what do? You play the guitar at home? You playing all the time when you're not working? He said, what am I, John Denver? That's what he said to me. He only goes for the big shows. Like, he's only there for the Super Bowls, for the concerts, for the thing. He's not a guy strumming along. Uncle Junior would always have his guitar.
Yeah.
He would play.
Yeah.
He was in his dressing room playing the card. Stevie only steps up for the big stuff.
Yeah, well,
So I was lucky enough where he sat in. It was myself, him, Jim, and Michael Imperioli in Chicago doing something together, and he got up at Buddy Guy's and he jammed with them.
Wow.
That was an incredible thing. Yeah.
That's
we
amazing.
were egging him on, and he got up and played, and that was pretty cool to watch that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for the time, Steve. I wish we had more, and hopefully we can do it again sometime soon.
Thanks, you guys. Hopefully, you'll see us Friday night on the showroom.
I'll plug it one more time. Comedy and Conversations with the Sopranos. The 20th anniversary. Ask any questions. They got a lot of big names there. 586-268-3200 for tickets. Joey Cola, the comedian, Rob Magnotti, and all you guys. It should be a lot of fun out there, man, and hope you guys have fun, and thank you again for the time.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you.
Thank you, Steve.
Bye.
Bye.